Sending preliminary documents to your customer, such as ballpark estimates, pre-contracts, or pre-contract selections, is simple. Use the customer order document type with the option to exclude from the budget. Let's walk through this using a couple examples together. So first, let's say that we have a new job and we'd like to send a ballpark quote to the customer before we send them the final contract with the actual estimate. This will help us know if the customer is comfortable with our rough estimate for the job. So I've added a rough estimate for some cost items in my budget. So now I can create the new document by clicking plus document. I will then choose the customer order template to use. Let's pick our ballpark estimate here. Good. And now we'll be asked which cost items we'd like to include on the document. Let's leave them all selected. Then we'll go ahead and click Create Document. Since this is a ballpark estimate, I'd probably want to hide most of the cost items and cost groups, and maybe rather include just a detailed scope of work with a lump sum. Perfect. Now we can locate the setting Exclude from Budget on the right-hand side. If I leave this setting off, once this document is approved, all the cost items that are on this document will be approved in my budget, as this becomes your approved budget for the job. However, if I toggle this on, no items in the budget will be approved when your customer approves this document, leaving those items available to be approved on a final contract in the future. Since this is a preliminary document, this is really what we want. All right, now let's save our changes, and then we'll send this off to the customer. All right, now the customer will open the document from their email, they'll review it, and hopefully if all goes well, they'll give you a signature. Great. Now that this is approved, let's head to our budget, and we'll notice in our budget that nothing has really changed, and the cost items are available to add to future customer order, such as a final proposal to secure the approved budgeted cost for those items. Now let's check out an example for pre-contract selections. If you would like your customer to make selections prior to signing the final contract for the job, you'll want to create your selections in the Selections tab. Let's create a new selection for our customer by clicking plus Selection Document. Then we'll add a selection name. Now let's add a selection group from our catalog for our customer choices. And when we're ready, we'll click Create. Now, when I review the selection document, I will see the same toggle to exclude it from the budget. We will turn this on since we just want to collect their choices and include these selections in the comprehensive final contract in the future. Okay, so let's get this sent to the customer. Your customer will then open the selection document on their portal, making their selection, and then they'll go ahead and sign it. Now let's see what happened in our budget. The selected item was added to our budget, however, it does not have an approved budgeted cost. This means that we can create a final proposal with all the selected items on it, and our customer can give us that final sign-off on the total budget for the project. We will see the documents that are excluded from the budget in our Documents tab. Here you'll notice that they are included in the Customer Order section along with a small icon. This indicates that some of the customer order documents are excluded from the budget. Now, the Exclude from Budget setting is also available on customer orders in your document template, so you can set the default for each specific template. While editing the document template, scroll all the way to the bottom, and then you'll notice an option to Exclude from Budget. This means that once your customer approves this document, the cost items in your document will not be approved in your budget. If you have any questions, please contact your success manager or email support@jobtread.com.